What's up, geniuses? My name's Adrian Rivera, and today we're going to be talking about how to properly use delay on your vocals in FL Studio 20. By the end of this tutorial, you should have something like this.
Let's go do this, depression and stress. I've been going through this, middle finger up like screw this. Let's go do this, depression and stress. I've been going through this, middle finger up like screw this. She said I'm a real dude, I thought that you knew this.
So this is not my song, this is actually a client song. His name is Kid Cannabis, and this song is called Do This. It's not out yet, but if you guys want to listen to it, make sure you let him know in his SoundCloud. I'll leave his link in the description, as well as the song once it finally releases. If you guys want me to mix and master for you, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram or email me at the email in the description. My prices change depending on how busy I am, but I always put my full effort forward. So if you're really serious about me mixing and mastering for you, please feel free to hit me up. Please, serious inquiries only. But if you want to just talk to me, feel free to talk to me too. I'm always down for a good conversation. Before we get into the video, I gotta show you guys something. Welcome back to my wall. Yes, I'm wearing different clothes because I was in the middle of editing this video and realized I forgot to record the most important part. As you can tell, this wall looks so finished, except this one spot right here. This spot is super blank. I'll tell you what needs to be here: a silver play button. But you need 100,000 subscribers for that. Do I have 100,000 subscribers? Let's check. No! Subscribe! You will go down in history as one of the people that helped put a silver play button on this wall. So thank you for your service. We don't want this blank to be wall for too long. Alright, without further ado, let's hop into FL Studio. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this part of the song to give you a little more example of delay. It's a little easier to hear it in this part of the song.
I don't want to do this, but I gotta do this, so I'm gonna do this.
So something that a lot of people tend to do when they're doing delay, which is probably everybody, there's nothing wrong with doing it because it makes sense, but people will go into their mixer and bring up Fruity Delay 3 and just pop it in like that. It's simple, right? Makes sense. You're supposed to do that. But I like doing it a little different by using something called Patcher. And Patcher is another plugin in FL Studio, so you don't gotta worry about downloading anything. It's a stock plugin, so you're gonna be good. And if you haven't already watched my video about all 115 stock plugins in FL Studio, make sure to click up here. It's a 13-minute video that gives you a quick rundown of every single plugin in FL Studio. It's a good video. I spent a lot of time on it. You should watch it. Anyway, Patcher is basically just a plugin that allows you to patch other plugins into each other so that you can get some really creative sounds. What I have going on right here is the Fruity Delay is being patched, or is like flowing into Fruity Reverb 2, and Fruity Reverb 2 is flowing. We're patching into Fruity Parametric EQ2. So basically what I'm doing is I have the delay that then goes into the reverb. So it's like a reverb delay, and then that is going into an EQ so that I can change the filtering on it to get it to sound the way that I want it to sound. So when you bring up your patcher, it's gonna be blank like this. All you gotta do is right click, add plugin, and then find the plugin, so it'd be Fruity Delay 3. The first thing you need to do is find the right timing for your delay. This can either be really simple or a little tedious based on how you're making your song. If you made the song yourself and everything's synced to your BPM, then it's gonna be super easy. You can see right here that the time is set to 4. That means that there's gonna be delay every 4th beat, and that's usually what you want. I tend to use every 4th beat or every 8th beat, depends on how slow or fast the song is. But for instances like Kid Cannabis' song, he used a pre-made beat, which I didn't make, but I make beats. So if you want to check out my beats, beat store in the description, adrianrivera.com. Shameless plug. If you don't know the BPM of your song, what you're going to have to do is something a little more tedious. You're still going to be using Fruity Delay 3, but what you need to do is turn off tempo sync. This is going to make it so that the delay doesn't use the tempo as reference. What it's going to use is milliseconds. And basically, you have to find the right millisecond so that the timing of the delay is super fluid with your song. So for example, in this song, the time is set to 610 milliseconds. I found that to be the perfect timing for this song. And if we have a listen to just the vocals,
I don't want to do this.
You can hear that the delay is timed pretty well. After figuring out the timing of your delay, what you're going to want to do is put an offset on your delay. You don't have to do this, but I think it really adds, because what this offset does is that it offsets the timing of the left and right channels, and basically that's going to give you more stereo separation in your delay, therefore giving you more space in your song, if that makes any sense. You'll hear it when I show you. You know what, I'm just going to show you right now. So really quick, I'm going to copy the value, and then I'm going to reset this to 0, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So if we click play,
I don't want to do this.
You know, sounds good, but put a little offset, and you'll hear a little more separation in the echo.
I don't want to do this.
you better be wearing your headphones because it's going to be a lot easier to hear with your headphones on. And you know what? I'm actually going to detach these plugins so that we can only get the delay right now because we're only talking about this. Don't mind me. I'm just fixing up stuff for you guys. After the offset, what you're going to want to do is mess around with the level. The level is basically, in simple terms, just how many times the delay happens. So having a lower level means that you're only going to hear the delay like once after. But if you put it really high, you'll hear the delay over and over again. So low, it'll be like, hello, hello. But then high, it'll be like, hello, 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 hello. You get it. So for this song, I put the delay around here. It's really up to you how many times you want to hear the delay. I like hearing it a couple times, so I put it a little higher.
I don't wanna do this, but I gotta do this.
Next is the interesting part. What you're gonna wanna do is automate the input and turn down the dry. So dry is basically the vocal. When we're talking about effects, wet means how much you hear the effect. Dry means how much you hear of the original sound, basically the vocal without any effects. We wanna turn the dry all the way down so that we only hear the reverb. And this is going to make sense in a little bit. But what we also want to do is automate the input. So to automate it, what we're going to do is right click, click activate. Then what that's going to do is going to bring up this little red button here. And then you right click this and click create automation clip. This is going to make an automation clip like how I have here. And basically this automation clip is going to be able to start the delay whenever we want so that you're not always hearing the delay. So to give you a quick example, let me show you real quick here. I have the delay automating to only happen when he says do this.
I don't wanna do this.
But if I had it up like the whole time, it would sound something like this.
I don't wanna do this.
And I don't want to hear I don't wanna. So basically instead of hearing I don't wanna do this, we're automating it so that we only hear do this.
I don't wanna do this.
And the way I'm automating it is I'm automating it in a little curve. That way it's not so sudden. There's a gradual lean into the word do this. If we had it just a straight cut like this, it might cut off the word a little bit. Let me give you a little example of what I'm talking about.
Do this.
We don't want it to cut off, so we want to put in a little curve. You would do something like that.
Do this.
It'd be a nice little curve there. That way we gradually transition into the delay. So like I said, we have the dry turned down all the way. The reason why we have the dry turned down all the way is because we want to add some extra effects to the delay, but not the original vocal. So what we do is we turn down the dry so that only the delay effect is being heard. And then, as you can see right here, what I did is I rerouted FL Studio to FL Studio so that we have the original vocal going and the delay is all by itself, and we can put whatever effects we want to on the delay. So what I like to do is I like to add some reverb on the delay itself, and it's a really nice dreamy effect in a sense. So what you would do is you would right click, add plugin, and then whatever plugins you want. Fruity Reverb 2 is one I use. And then you would route that into Fruity Reverb 2 and then mess around with the reverb effects. I did some simple spacious reverb over here. And if you reroute this into FL Studio, this is what it should sound like.
I don't wanna do this, but I gotta do this.
So as you can hear, it's a lot of reverb. You might not like that much reverb. You might really like that much reverb. Personally, I like having that much reverb on echoes because it really adds to that echo effect. And to me, I get like a somber vibe from that. So in the context of this song, I think it was a really good idea. So I put a lot of reverb on the echo, but as you can hear, it's very like so to combat that, what I did was I brought in an EQ, routed the reverb into the EQ, and as you can see, I cut off some of the high end, some of the low end, so we have more of a thinner echo, if you get what I mean. So if we reroute that all together, it sounds like this.
I don't wanna do this, but I gotta do this.
And it's a lot more subtle, but still maintains that feeling I was going for. Now, if you use delay, you probably already know that you can use a cutoff filter here to get the same effect. But the reason why I route it into an EQ is because an EQ allows you to be more precise with what you're cutting off. And I can have a low pass and a high pass filter going at the same time. With this, you can only choose between a low pass, high pass, bypass, or off. So that just gives you more freedom. So now if we bring that to the rest of the song, you're gonna get something that sounds really nice like this.
I don't wanna do this, but I gotta do this. So I'm gonna do this. Let's go do this. Need someone to love me. Need someone to hug me. I'm honest with the dogs me. So go don't trust nobody. Feel like no one want me. Do is to describe me.
So those are the tricks I use when I use delay on my vocals. Just to go over that again quickly, we open up Patcher, plug in delay, find the right timing for your delay, adjust the offset, then you want to mess around with the level, go to the input, and then activate it so that you can then automate it over here. Turn down the dry and reroute FL Studio back into FL Studio so that you have an unaffected dry vocal, and then reroute the delay into plugins that you want to use. For example, reverb, or EQ, or any other plugin that you feel like using. Like I said, feel free to DM me on Instagram or send me an email if you want me to mix and master for you. Prices fluctuate. I'll let you know what they are when you hit me up, but please, only serious inquiries. A man's gotta eat, you know? But if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or email me. I prefer DMs though. I'm always down to have a conversation, or if you're struggling with something, I'll give you some feedback, talk to you a little bit. Might be a little bit to get back to you because I'm backed up in DMs right now, but don't worry. I'll get there. Like I said, I got a beat store, and if you want some really nice beats, check it out. Links are in the description. adrianrivera.com. There's only 3 beats up right now, but I'm going to be putting a lot more up there real soon, so keep an eye out for that. Also, subscribe. I'm really hoping to reach 100K by the end of the year, and I know we can do it. Might be a long shot, but I'm good with long shots. Sounded weird. I will never say that again. Subscribe, and make sure to DM Kid Cannabis on SoundCloud. Tell him to release this song because it's a good song. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Remember to drink a lot of water and wash your hands a lot, but most importantly, don't be afraid to show your genius.